happening, loungers? I hope everybody's doing great today. Listen, guys, hold on 1 second because now that I got Triggs in here, I definitely want to add him as a moderator because that's what I was waiting on. Triggs, I was trying to add you before the show and I couldn't find you. So I'm just going to add you now. So bear with me just a moment while I do that. Let me play y'all another timer while we get all that done. And if Carrie will drop down in the chat too, I need to get hers on there too. So let's play a quick timer, guys. All right, guys, what's happening, loungers? I hope everybody's doing great today. Ray, you do got your stick back as well as I'm trying to get Carrie her stick back as well. Now, as y'all know, I did go through a period where there was a mod that I had that went rogue that was running around here blocking all kinds of people and doing the most. Okay. And I don't even play them type games. So either way, I definitely did remove a lot of moderator sticks. The only people that kept moderator sticks were people that I actually talked to physically behind the scenes. And then other people, I might email you every so often. But the only people that really kept their moderator sticks were those people. So now that I've got that cleared out, I know exactly who it was that was doing it. I did start slowly but surely putting mod sticks back to some of these people. And Triggs, you are one of those people. So shout out to you for being a moderator and welcome back to the Black Lounge family. You've already been in the family anyway, just being a part of the members only. So I definitely appreciate you, Triggs, and all the shit that you do for me as well as for the channel. But shout out to the beautiful Bernice. I definitely appreciate you being in the building, sis. One of my mods and one of the longest standing mods that I've had. Definitely appreciate you, sis, for being in the building this morning. Steph Collins, my sis, definitely appreciate you. One of my favorite mods as well as favorite members being in the building as well. You said, yo, I just did my damn thing for the sector. Child, I don't know what you talk about, but you can definitely let us know. You said, hey, to Steph Collins. You said, what's up to T-Pre and chat? You said, beautiful, the beautiful Bernice. I've already been on the fuck shit this morning. Child, what was you doing? I didn't see it. I must have missed it. Y'all got to let me know what happened. You said, the motherfucker Tiggs, yo, your show last night got a motherfucker triggered. Oh, shit. What happened, y'all? What did I miss? I must have missed something. So y'all got to let me know what's going on out here. You said, Stephanie, you bugging out, child. You said, I'm on my Waka Flocka type time. I'm busting on them all. You said, all T-Pre. No problem, bro. I definitely appreciate everything that you do. So, and you know what? Shit, I felt that shit when you said that about P having his goddamn mod stick and you ain't got your mod stick. I was like, oh, shit. Let me get this shit together. So, but either way, y'all, we're going to go over Triggs' show last night. It was a really good show. Definitely shout out to him for that. And we're also going to talk a little bit about this whole pillow talking thing. Now, Triggs, I did say that I was going to send you an email, right? And kind of let you know the kind of behind the scenes of it all. But there's actually a way I can say it to the sector where everybody's going to get exactly who I'm talking about. Okay. It won't be hard to put the puzzle pieces together. So I'm definitely going to talk about that today. It is not The Godfather. And you guys, once you guys hear who I'm talking about and, why I'm saying this person, I think you guys will be able to put that same puzzle pieces together. Now, people are always going to have their little, thoughts and theories on The Godfather and on Darrell because some people just don't like him, right? I ain't talking about Triggs, so let me take that down. Some people just don't like The Godfather. They want so badly for him to be wrong about something, right? And I'm not saying that he can't be wrong about anything, because I'm pretty sure he can. But y'all barking up the wrong tree with this one when it comes to this situation with Ghost, okay? Now, we first need to decipher whether the situation even happened, okay? That's a whole nother theory. That's a whole nother conversation right there. But if in the event that it did, then, okay, I have a theory on who most definitely Tiff P would have gotten that information from, and who she would be pillow talking with in regards to that situation, because both of these people can't stand him. Okay, so we're going to get into that in just a few moments. But either way, let's talk a little bit about Triggs and his thoughts on the beef sector. Okay, because I think he brought up some really great points. Oh, you were talking with Palmer this morning. Oh, child, did he? Let me tell y'all something. I have no idea what Rev G and what Anti be talking about for the most part. Sometimes I will go over there depending on what was told to me, or if something is, kind of dropped in my lap. I'll be like, okay, let me go over there and hear what she has to say, or let me go over there and hear what he has to say, right? So I did go over there to Anti's the other day, and I think it was because she was talking shit about somebody, and I don't even remember. That's how irrelevant she is to me. I don't remember who it was now. Okay, but whatever it was, I was interested in her thoughts on it, and so I did kind of listen in on what she had said for a little while. But most of the time, like 99% of the time, I don't listen to them. Okay, whether y'all consider them part of our sector or not, I personally don't. I don't fuck with them motherfuckers at all. So I usually don't care what they're talking about, right? The only time I'm really a little bit vested in what they have to say is if I know that they're now all falling apart, right? Like I know that they're trying to turn on each other, okay? That's kind of my thing with them. So that's what it was. She was talking shit and people thought she was talking about Stargate. And that's the reason I went over there and listened. And by the time I got done listening, I could tell she wasn't really talking about Stargate, right? So that's kind of where I was at with that. But yeah, I don't usually listen to them unless it's somebody that's bringing something to my attention. So I'll drop the link real quick if you want to, Steph. If you have time, I don't know what you're doing right now. You can go ahead and you can let us know what was said, or, kind of give us some highlights of it or whatever, if you want to do that. But yeah, other than that, I probably won't be going over there and listening to that story, right? Because I can't stand Rev G. I can't stand Anti. And I know most of the time they're lying about whatever they're talking about. So usually I don't really want to hear what they have to say anyway. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you definitely can hit the link and let me know, what was going on, or what your thoughts are, or what's happening, or whatever. But y'all hit the like button, guys. That way we can go ahead and be sure to. Oh, hold on one second, guys. Something from my son's football team. Hold on one second, guys. Son is starting football camp soon, and they got camp coming up. So, what's up, Steph? Appreciate you being in the building.
Hey, Miss T Free.
What's going on?
So, as of late, I have decided that I am just going to be who I am and be comfortable in my own skin. And I've admitted to the world that I am stalking Mr. Palmer, and I am not going to stop. I'm never going to stop. I can't stop. I won't stop. And, if he has no stalkers left on this earth, it's because I'm dead. So I've just decided to embrace this because, why fight who you really are, right? Why do that to yourself?
Right.
And so, I think I discovered yesterday, as far as I could tell, he had taken down the diss track he made about me, which is, it was a avant-garde, abstract, extremely strange diss track that was, Grammy Award deserving by brilliant. It was my favorite song. It's my fucking favorite song. And I saw that he had taken it down, which was upsetting to me because I listened to it in the morning. It was the first thing I listened to. It was the last thing I listened to before I go to bed, and I can't imagine being able to get through a day without listening to that song, and so I was a little upset. So I hit Triggs' link last night to ask Mr. Palmer to put it back up. And so he went live this morning. Mr. Palmer did, to talk about a disturbed individual who will not leave him alone. And so when I saw the title, because I'm watching everything he does, when I saw the title, I thought, this has got to be about me because I am a disturbed individual who will not leave him alone. And so, he started it, and he played my song, which I was so happy about. So I dropped down in the chat and I said, "This is my favorite song." And then he started his commentary about the sick individual, and so I put in the chat that is this about me? I am sick. And then he blocked me. And then he said, "Well, since you're here, I'm going to drop the link and we can figure this out." And I was
You
like,
hit the
"Cool."
link.
Well, he said he wasn't gonna. It was for everybody else, but I hit it anyway, and he did let me
Okay.
up. He let me up, and he basically said like, "Well, how did?" He said, you have never addressed this with me as to why all this got started because you used to come on my platform. So yeah, I did. We used to be cool. It's like you're right, we were. And so where did all this stuff come from? Where you started attacking me and you started all this sick and twisted stuff? I said, okay, well, and I told him what happened. That and I'm not mad at him. I still, like I said, like I'm fascinated by him. I am, I don't have any, um, I disagree with like pretty much 100% of what he does, but I still find it fascinating. And so it's not really personal; it's more just clinical. And what happened with the personal relationship between us, where I don't talk to him anymore, he won't talk to me, is that Anti-Afro posted a video once, 2 years ago almost, where she called me a backstabber and all this crazy stuff. And Palmer, who I thought we were cool, posted a comment underneath it that said, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. It's taking you. What did he say? I can't believe you waited so long to make this video. And then I was like,
Wow.
oh, so we have a problem. We have a problem. You are you are smiling in my face, and and then you are talking you're telling your true opinions about me under Anti-Afro's videos. So, that's when we stopped being cool. That's when, I stopped going to his channel, and that's when it became more of just a clinical fascination with him. I'm just fascinated by him, but it's not, we no longer have a cordial relationship because of that. And also, he said, why haven't you talked to me about this? I said, well, why didn't you talk to me before you posted that comment under Anti-Afro's video?
Right.
And then he said, well, you've gone on all these tirades about how I'm disqualified. I said, you are disqualified. According to First Timothy and Titus, you are absolutely disqualified. You have a quarrelsome spirit, you are disorderly, and you are not unreproachable at this point. And he said, well, I'm glad you think that, but you're not God. So okay, that's fine. And
So he let you say all that on his panel?
yeah, and then he kicked me off. And at that
Oh,
point, he
okay.
said, he said something to the effect of, well, I can't remember what he said, something about how like sick and twisted I am. And I said, you're right, I am sick and twisted, can't stop, won't stop. And at that point, he dropped me.
That is hilarious, girl. That is fucking hilarious. Shout out to you for taking one for the team, because, honey, I wouldn't have hit that nigga panel to save my life. I'm trying to tell you, I do not like him. I can't stand him. I don't like having any kind of conversations. He ain't gonna get no kind of reaction out of me over anything that he had to say. I heard from Triggs last night that he obviously reacted to one of my recent videos. I'm glad he watches. Shout out to him for the watch time. I guess that's where the dislikes are coming in. I got like 2 dislikes on the last 2 videos and get like 40 some likes, but I get like 2 dislikes every single time. So I guess it's the AFWs that's putting them
Yeah,
dislikes
probably.
up. But it is what it is.
And
Engagement is engagement. That's what they don't understand. Whether I get dislikes or whether I get likes, YouTube is still pushing me into the algorithm because of the engagement. Okay, so shout out to them
Absolutely.
for the watches. Shout out to them for engaging with the video. And that's pretty much all he can get from me. Like, I mean,
No, and except and I don't suggest anyone else, do what I do and watch their every move, because I think it would, be very uh not it's not, it wouldn't be productive, it wouldn't be encouraging, it wouldn't be edifying. I'm doing this just out of a sick and twisted fascination with them, that's all. And I think it's interesting, like you're saying, he engages with the entire sector, right? He engages with
yeah,
the entire sector. And I said last night on Tig's panel that it's easy to stalk them when they come to us.
right. Mm-hmm.
They're where we are. They know what
Right.
we're doing, and so it makes it so easy for me to, in turn stalk them. So
Yeah.
it's a two. It's they're just making my job easier, because this is a two-way street at this point.
Yeah, because it's like, how much stalking could any of us really be doing? Hey, Clark, appreciate you being in the building. How much stalking could any of us really be doing, right? If they're always watching our shit, like they're
Mm-hmm.
where we are, right? They
Mm-hmm.
obviously are, taking notes on everything we talk about, everything we do, everything that we, engage with. They are very aware of it, right? Whereas
Absolutely.
if I did some commentary on them right now, I'm gonna look like G Gates. You know what I'm saying? Like G Gates loves to do commentary on shit that he hasn't watched. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's how I'm gonna end up looking if I do commentary on them, which I don't want to watch. So
Right.
even
Right.
if my name is in the title, I don't want to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't
So
recommend it. Yeah,
yeah,
I
you know
don't
what I mean?
recommend
Because
it.
there's no point. That's what they want. They want to be relevant. They want to be victimized. They want to
Yeah.
be victims. They need somebody to victimize them. They need somebody to drag them through these streets. You know what I'm saying? And they know I'm one of them bitches that'll fucking drag their ass. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm not interested in dragging them. They're not worth my time or my energy, at least for now, right?
Right.
They haven't done enough for me, to want to drag them. They haven't done anything new, to make me want to drag them. That's just what the fuck it is. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and so for example, like I think Tiff could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I didn't hit the panel until like the 4 hour mark, right?
mhm.
So we know that he must have been watching that shit on 2 times the speed or something, or he watched the entire thing live.
Oh, I'm
Four
sure he
hours.
watched everything live. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
sure he's here now. What's up, Rev G?
yeah,
Everybody
I'm
wave
sure
to
he
Rev
is.
G.
And
And
it's just,
anti.
yeah, and the thing is that sick and twisted minds find other sick and twisted minds fascinating. So
Yeah.
I mean, let's just get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
I find it funny that, they, like I said, Steph, you're not even a content creator, right? So for them to be trying to target you because they know nobody else is giving them any sunshine, nobody else cares, nobody's mentioning them, they haven't been mentioned on the front porch, they haven't
Nope.
been mentioned any fucking where, right?
Nope.
Triggs gave Rev G more energy last night than he's had in months. Okay,
Right.
let's be real. And he didn't even really give him, any either. But he didn't really give him much either. But he gave him a little bit of something, right? A little something just to kind of hold him over. But nobody's talking about them. Nobody is talking about anything with them. And I almost think that they're afraid of that, right? Let's be real, because
Oh yeah.
Anti is definitely facing a lot of bullshit right now. She knows she is, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what she's telling the sector.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what she's telling the sector, but no matter what she's saying, y'all, she knows goddamn well what the fuck she's facing in her personal
Mm-hmm.
life based off of what she's done on these YouTube streets and
Mm-hmm.
beyond these YouTube streets as well. So, that's unfortunate for her. And I think what she wants us to do is to get riled up enough to engage with them so that we start spilling tea on that, right?
Oh yeah.
But
Oh
no, baby, no, honey, you already know what's up, okay? And we're not going to give you any more, than what's out here. Let me look at the comments. What's up, Brixton? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, "Hey, Miss T Pre in chat." You said, "I got a text. You hit the link, so I came over. Wasn't watching his born live before that." Right, right. What's up, Hood Conservative? Definitely appreciate you being in the building, bro. And you say, "Yeah, you've just given them the life they're looking for." Yeah, exactly. And I refuse to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, let them go ahead and keep, trying to figure out somewhere, where they can get somebody to give them some energy. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, their energy is exactly where it belongs right now. It's exactly confined to the spaces that it's supposed to be. And whatever they don't know or won't know or haven't found out, they will fucking find out in time, and that's just unfortunate for them. Make a change. Definitely appreciate you being in the building today. You said it's not happening. No airtime. Okay, we're not giving these niggas no airtime. That's just what we doing out here. Prince of Sheba, Stefan, I appreciate you being in the building, bro, as a new member as well, and back as a new member as well. You said, "Good morning. Glad to see you're back, TT." Thank you. I appreciate you being back over here with the family as well. Shout out to you. Happy life. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. Definitely appreciate you being in the building. That is one of our newest members here. You said, "Hey, y'all," and he was gifted a membership the other day from our brother Muz. R&T Entertainment, definitely appreciate you being in the building. And you said, "Facts, Brixton." You said, "The Bozo said on Remix that folks go to the beef sector, then come back to the Umar Johnson sector to attack Hippo Mouth and Bitch Mix." You know what? What's up, Happy Life? Hold on one second. Let me get this comment real quick. You said they want people to talk about them in the beef sector. I'm watching to see if Pills or Remix going to be that plant. Huh. Now, I don't know about Pills. I think Pills is over there for, of course, for his girl, for Brooke. Shout out to Brookie. I think he's over there for her. But Remix very well may be a plant over there, right? Because, I mean, y'all, this whole play, this looked crazy to me. This whole situation with him, it looked nuts. But I'm going to sit back and watch it and just observe it. And if I see some things that I think are, enough worth commenting on, I'm definitely may do some commentary on it. Y'all know I will give y'all the raw truth on what I think about some shit. But let me go ahead and do a little bit more research, a little bit more paying attention, okay, to that situation before I actually say anything. Hold on, bro. Let me meet you. Okay.
Miss
Before
Bree,
I
I'm
actually
gonna
do
drop
anything.
down. I gotta
Okay.
keep my thoughts, but
Okay.
I just want to say in closing, I am the only one in the sector who's watching these people. I'm the only one in the sector who cares. I'm the only one in the sector who's giving y'all any views. And and I'm not, and out of respect for the sector who don't care about you and aren't watching you, I'm not going to talk about it unless I'm pushed to, and unless it's going to help me essentially. And so I enjoyed going in on him this morning, and so the sector is getting to hear that lovely story of glory and honor. That's all the only reason we're talking about him. But
Right. Right.
I myself am going to keep stalking him because I find him fascinating. But yeah, I mean the sector is I'm not going to be talking about you, Rev G, or Anti out of respect for the sector because they don't give a fuck. I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right, well, Steph, I appreciate you coming up today, and shout out to you.
yeah.
Let me go ahead and pull
I got
Hoodie
to
up.
go back to stalking. My next
All
round is
right,
at
great
11.
stuff.
So all right,
Hey, T Pre.
stick it twisted out.
All right, okay. Thanks for having Steph. I appreciate her because yeah, she really can be one of the only people that goes over in the sector that listens and can actually bring us some reports on that shit. Okay, but what's up, Hoodie and Happy Life? Definitely appreciate y'all being in the building. What's up, Hoodie? I'm gonna give Hoodie the floor first since he
Thank
did
you,
be
T
in
Pre.
our sector. What's up, bro?
Salute, T Pre, and happy. I just wanted to say, on your point, T Pre, I have noticed them using Bree to get their tentacles in, and Remix doing an overt flirting tactic that he's using on Brianna. And
It
I
does
do
seem
think.
very, very interesting. Like
Mhm,
it's something about this flirt, right? That ain't
mhm,
sitting well in my stomach. Okay, and I'm
mhm,
not 100% sure what it is yet, but
mhm.
I'm gonna look a little bit longer, right? I'm just gonna
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
a little bit
yeah,
longer. But I'm going the same direction you going. I'm
yeah.
going the same direction you going.
I peeped the game because the nigga got a girl and all of that. So I mean,
Yeah, he has a woman.
that yeah, that
He a
that was
kid.
brought up, and he wanted everybody to be quiet about it. But
Uh, I ain't
he
gonna be
real
quiet about
public.
that.
He real public about his affections for Bree, and I was like, I wonder if Bree kind of gonna fall into this, but hey, if she like domestic abusers, she like domestic abusers. Let it be what it is. But
Right.
I just peeped that it's a play, and I mean, to me, it's terrible that you would prey on somebody in that way. It just goes to show you how sick people really are. That you would prey on somebody like that, and what you really think of people just to kind of get your tentacles into a sector that doesn't give a damn about you anyway.
Yeah, because I mean, we're gonna get into the thoughts that Triggs talked about regards to the beef sector last night, and I'm gonna give y'all my opinions as well because I think that he made some really good points, right? Um, and that kind of leads into that. So I don't know if you want to stay up here for that commentary, but I definitely wanted to mention that, right? Because they kind of do kind of what we do. We put our sector first, right? We're always going to put our people in the sector before anybody else. It don't matter who you are or what you are, unless we don't fuck with you, right? Like there's
Mhm,
certain people in our sector that the majority of the sector don't fuck with. Okay, some people might fuck with this person, other people might just watch for the train wreck, right? But the
mhm,
majority of us don't fuck with you at all, so we're not going to have your back somewhere else, right? That's just kind of what that is. But if you come over here, you're gonna have to dust your feet off, to talk to our people, to fuck with the people that we fuck with, right? That's kind of how that
mhm,
is. They do the same shit over there. So I'm not sure what Remix is thinking. I think that he is listening to the likes of Anti, right? And because
mhm,
Rev G failed miserably at trying to go, and get in with Ness and get in with certain people, I think they're trying to use Remix. And of course, Remix is not going to make it with Ness either. So if he found his little wedge with with flirting with Brianna, I
mhm,
mean that's the way it looks. Now, could it be something else? It could be, but yeah, I don't know if I would be the one to tell her. I don't care. I don't have no
mhm,
loyalty to Remix. Yeah, he got a whole girlfriend. As a matter of fact, when he was supposed to meet Triggs down there in Atlanta,
mhm,
and he didn't show up until 3 days later when it was actually raining, right? Um,
mhm.
he claimed that he was down there with his woman for Valentine's
Uh-huh.
weekend, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's always talking about nailing her to the wall. That's where we got that whole nail to the wall thing from. Is it
Mhm,
started with the whole girlfriend that he has and the kids. Okay,
mhm.
so maybe that's something Bree don't know. I'm sure she gonna catch my replay, so I'm sure she'll hear this. But yeah, I ain't got no
Absolutely.
remix, so it is what it is.
Yeah, listen, I've been peeping the play, and I was just like, man, one, you niggas is sad and pathetic. Two, I don't even know what it is you want over there, but I guess you see, and I mean, really, it's just buying. Well, nah, the sector is going over there, so I think that this is their last gasp for relevancy because if they don't, the sector is gonna be finished with them. If it gets swallowed up by the beef sector, it's just them in a little circle by themselves at this point. So, I mean, hey, good luck to you. I don't know what it is that you want. Pillsbury is a part of that Trojan horse as well. He's supporting it, and I guarantee you, he's talking about it with them behind the scenes.
Okay, I have a different theory on that.
Mm,
I don't think Pills is as involved as y'all think. I think Pills is really focused on his relationship with Brooke.
mm,
I
mm,
think he likes Brooke. I think he really has a liking to her. And I don't think he's really, I don't know. I could be wrong about that, right? Because there was a time where Pills was fucking with the AFWs like that, right? Even though
mm,
he wasn't calling himself AFW. There's this, we all know of the people who want to separate themselves from the name AFW. You know what I'm saying? But they out
Mm-hmm.
here, doing the most for the AFW. So we have seen that happen. We've seen that, that whole thing take place. But I think there's a real splinter in the relationship between Pills and Anti. There's a complete
Mm-hmm.
difference between the relationship between Remix and Anti, right? They've never really had any splits, any splinters, at least nothing publicly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Pills and Anti have fallen out publicly. And once you fall out with her publicly like that and you just kind of disrespect her and come at her the way that he has, I don't see a comeback from that. Now, she might act like it, right? Even with, let's give you an example. Shakim, right? You know how, so back in the day, maybe you don't know, but back in the day, Shakim used to be cool with the AFWs. He used to be
Yep.
all in their shit, all in their Facebook pages and everything, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
when he publicly fell out with them, they all went after him, right? Everybody wanted to dox him. Everybody wanted to try to get his channel taken. It was a bunch of shit, right? So, that was a very public fallout. Recently, in the past couple of years, they started to agree with one another on certain points, but yet they would never actually stand there. Like she would never say, Shakim is, she wasn't standing up for him, right? But
Mm-hmm.
she was she was using his talking points. Okay. Like when the whole Carrie thing was going on, when they was trying to
Mm-hmm.
call her job and all that stuff, she was using his talking points. She was like promoting his talking points. But then as soon as she had an opportunity, she started dragging Shakim again. And Shakim started dragging her and Rev G. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's
Right.
kind of how they are. Once you've had a public fallout with Anti, she's not going to fuck with you, well, in front of the scenes or behind the scenes.
Mm.
So and she don't forget shit. So I can't see her making up with Pills even long enough to get into the beef sector. I think she would use Remix the entire way. I don't think she would use Pills for anything. That's the reason why I don't think he's part of the Trojan horse.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn, T-Free. Damn.
I
Okay.
be
Okay.
giving good theories, y'all. I be giving good theories
Okay.
now.
Okay. Shit.
I got
Pills, she
another.
let you
I got
live
another.
today,
I got
nigga.
another mind blowing theory for y'all in just a few minutes because I'm not going to be here very long. But I do have another very mind blowing theory for y'all in regards to this CPS situation with Ghost in just a few minutes. Okay, but let me give you guys my thoughts
Ooh.
on the beef sector and what Triggs was saying first. But what's up, Happy? Oh, you done? You done?
Yeah,
Cooking?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna hop down. Thank you,
Okay.
T-Free. Thank you,
No
Happy.
problem. Thank you for being up. Thank you for coming up.
Ooh.
Definitely appreciate you. One of our favorite sector content creators. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Hood Conservative. If one of the mods can put his link in the chat, that would be great. What's up, Happy Life? I appreciate you and your patience. I'm sorry we had to get our sector talk out the way first. But go ahead, baby. What's going on?
Hey, duty noted. Shout out to you, T Pre. Like I said in the comments, I said I'll come on the panel and chat with you real quick. But I got a quick question, and I'll drop down because to be honest with you, I don't want to derail your show.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Go ahead. What's going on?
So, who do you think will give up on Shakim first, Nez or Bree? Because Bree has done a lot of Bree has given Shakim redirects, and yet no views came out of that. So, what do you think the tolerance level is for Shakim in there, or do they just like him?
That's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. And I'll be honest with you. When I was watching the beef sector before our sector started kind of like going over there was other content creators that I watched, and some of them I won't even mention because some of y'all still haven't been over in those chats, right? But I wasn't watching Ness or Brianna before our sector started kind of merging over there. So
Um,
I don't really know them enough. I've become members of both of them, so I can get to know them. I like both of them, right? But I don't know them enough to know what their tolerance levels are. I think Bree has a little bit more tolerance for some bullshit than Ness does at this point, just based off of some things, some of the things some of their mannerisms I've seen with even other people, right? Not just Shakim, but other people. But I'm not sure. right? I'm really not sure. So I'll say this much. Ness is supposed to be going on this trip with Shakim to Vegas, right? That is
Oh man, if he goes on that trip
yeah, I
and
was gonna
he
say that.
can't
Yeah.
fight,
If he goes, see, I've
something.
already met Shakim in real life. Okay, I've already
Okay.
been on a trip with him, so I've done a meetup with him already. I'm already aware of how he carries himself, right? And perhaps that's something that these things may not bother her, right, or whatever. But when she sees, I'm just gonna say I'm very interested in how they're going to view him after they have met him in person and after his cards start declining and they got to pay for his food or they got to pay for his drinks or what I mean or something like that. I'm
Oh
interested.
yeah, there's something going on with that.
Yeah, so because that actually happened on our trip. So I'm interested in seeing now, whether or not, this happens. I'm not saying that we had to pay for his whole trip because we really didn't. He paid for his own hotel, but he literally waited until the day of the trip to pay for his hotel. Okay, like that midnight when his direct deposit hit, that whole thing that y'all have heard over there in the beef sector about him waiting for his direct deposit, that's a real thing with Shakim. Okay, yeah. So he actually waited for his direct deposit to hit, and then he paid for his hotel. And then he got there. He did buy like food and drinks for him and another person in our sector. But then after the second time around, breaking the culture, another girl that was she ain't in our sector, but another child. She actually been over in y'all sector before, but she's from the church sector, from the Larry Reed sector. She actually had to pay for his food and his drinks, and she paid for a drink or two of mine. But that's because her boyfriend, which is this rich Jewish dude, right? Well, he's a well-to-do Jewish man. He actually told her to make sure that she pays for me and her. Okay, that because I was her guest. So he told her that. So that's kind of how that went. But she ended up having to pay Shakem's bill too. So yeah, that's how that went. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes out. How that plays out, and if he even shows up to Vegas or not. That's what I'm interested in. But what do you think?
Man, man, there's so many things. Like, I heard something where he's gonna pay for Nez's hair and clothes there. Okay.
What?
So, yeah. Yeah, Nez is like, "Are you gonna send me a cash app for my hair?" And Shakim's like, "Yes." So I'm like, "There's something's up with that."
Well, I
And then
thought he
I
was
can
supposed to be
imagine.
getting tickets for everybody to the BET experience. Ain't that something going on right now with him?
Nez, she really believes that she's gonna go on tour and meet Carly B and Offset with Shakim. So she really
I don't
believes
think
what
Ness
he
is
put.
slow. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Ness is very intelligent. I really like her as a content creator. She actually reminds
Okay.
me, and I've heard other people tell me this too. She reminds me of a younger version of me, right? Like the way that she be
Oh.
motherfuckers down, the way that she be cussing motherfuckers the fuck out. I'm exactly that way. Okay, like I have done those same things. I have drugged people to the ends of the earth the same fucking ways that I've seen her do.
Hey, say less. I know you are OG. You put your
Yeah, I'm
work
kind of old
in.
school now.
Raw
Like,
B
just
put your
chilling,
work in.
but I will still
The
drag
hood
but
table.
not the way I used to. Like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
I've really drunk
but
people.
but like I said, you the OG. I know Raw put her work in doing the B sector days back
Yeah.
in the day. The hood table puts in work the same way. That's why I
Uh-huh.
get along with y'all. Y'all old school. Y'all don't play around. You know.
Yeah, I fuck with a lot of people in the beef sector. I really do. I actually like a lot of them. But I'm gonna give my thoughts on what Triggs was saying. So I don't know if you want to stay up here for that. But I'm gonna.
Just quick question. One more question. So if Shakim goes to Vegas and somebody tries to like start a fight or something, do you think Shakim can hold his own in a fight, or they just
I
gonna give
mean,
up on him?
I ain't never seen him fight. You know what I mean? I don't know, right? Like, I mean, he's pretty short. I'm 5'6", and he's exactly my height. And that was when I had like sneakers on. I had a pair of Jordans on, and he had a pair of Jordans on. I think he had a pair of he had a pair of DC Nikes on. But yeah, he's pretty short. He's like 5'6", and he's
Damn.
not big. He's like a skinny guy, right? As far as the whole muscles and stuff, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. He had on like baggy clothes, so I couldn't really tell whether he was muscular or not. But he's not an ugly person per se. You know, he's not ugly. He's just short. You know, he's really short. His skin was
No,
clear.
no, it's just a quick gaslight, like quick gaslight. Maybe he can, but the way he acts online is just
He acts like he really could whoop somebody's ass. I can't really see him doing all that. But I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. He didn't come off that way when we met him.
man.
No.
So just one more quick. Do you think that the trip would be successful if he was on board, or the trip would be good without him? So that's all I got on that.
Oh no, I think they would have a great time without him. They don't need him there, right? But I mean, I'm not saying that he shouldn't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it would all be fun and games. It's all going to be content regardless, right? So if he's there, I mean, it's something for our sector to kind of laugh at. You know what I'm saying? And we'll probably compare notes from, you know, the New York trip where he met us in New York to that trip. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be over here. That's content for us. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't care whether he went, whether, you know, one way or the other. But, you know, they don't need him to be there, you know, and either way, the trip is going to be good. I do think that. I do think it's going to be fun. Now, if they don't
Oh,
bring him, I probably won't even be commenting on it. But if they
oh
did,
wow.
then of course I'm going to make commentary on that shit, right?
Yeah, if Shakim wants to be the content like MBK says, yeah, he's gonna be the content, but he's gonna be the laughing stock of the content.
Right, right. Hey, Stefan.
Hey, good morning, Peter.
Hey,
How are
you
you
got a
doing?
little bit of static.
Oh, do I? Hold on,
Yeah.
let me fix
Okay, I'm going to mute you while you fix that. Okay. Go ahead, Happy Life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, if I was Shakim, my advice to him is just go to school and get your goddamn license, for God's sakes, nigga. Get your rent fixed and everything before being online. Man, this guy, he
Well,
don't
I
have
think
no
that's the thing, you
license.
know, that's the thing. It's like he don't, you know, I don't know how he'll be able to pay all these people for their hair, for their nails, and you know, getting people tickets and taking them on tour and all this other shit, and he can't even pay his water bill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He can't even drive to the store. He got to walk everywhere he go because if he drives and they stop him, they gonna lock his ass smooth the fuck up. Okay, so what's up? Make a change. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's Mr. King.
Hey, make a change.
How you doing,
Hey,
your
how you
PC?
doing, Keeper?
I'm good. What's up, Stefan?
Hey, is this better?
No, not at all.
Are you serious?
Accurate.
Man,
Yeah,
man,
it's
you got
no
that you
worse.
Let
got
me
that
put.
transistor radio going, man.
All right,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
take
mute you. I'm
my.
gonna mute you. Okay, what's up,
Make
make a
a
change?
change. What's good?
What's good? What's good?
What's going
Hey,
on?
what's up, T3? Good to see you back, man. Good to see you back. I really
Thank you.
I really missed your morning shows.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, a lot of times I work in the mornings, so I
Hey,
don't have time. But
I
today
hear
I
you.
took the time because I wanted to get up late. So, you know, you can kind of do that when you work for yourself, right? So,
Hey, I hear you. I
um,
hear you.
I got up late today, but I've been trying to grind a lot because I got a lot of stuff coming up to pay for and stuff to do. And I've
I
been
hear you.
just
I hear
working
you.
really hard. So, and then, you know, I
Hey,
got my granddaughter. So I've been
yep,
really focusing on the family and stuff like that.
yep. That
But what's
changes
going on?
things. That definitely. Hey, so
I'm glad
I
you're
got
up here. I'd like to talk to you in regards to this theory I have with the Tiff P situation. So I'm glad you're up here. But go ahead.
okay. I
Okay.
just
All right.
one thing
All right.
on the beef sector thing. I don't think they trying to get into the beef sector. I think what they trying to do is to just keep stuff going
Yeah,
and
I
they
agree with that. I
trying
was
to
going
go
to
over
talk
there
about my thoughts
and
on
kind of
that.
spread stuff. But I'm gonna hear you Terry on the other stuff. And I'm gonna chill out up here for a little bit.
Okay, good, because then we can talk about the beef sector thing too, and then we can talk about my thoughts on the Tiff piece stuff. Anybody else want to hit the link? You guys are welcome to. What's up, Stefan? Let me
Hey,
hear if you're better.
what's up, T Pre? Is this
Oh,
better?
much better, much better.
Okay, yeah. I had my earbuds in, so that probably was it. So I'm just gonna talk into my phone.
Okay.
So I was so got caught off track with that. I don't forgot why I came up here. But I do have a question since you have Happy Feet on the panel. Happy Feet, why were you saying
Why
over
why
in the beef?
why is it happy feet, happy life, man? Come
Oh,
on,
my bad.
man.
I'm sorry. My bad. Happy life. I apologize. Um, were you over in the beef sector saying that you were from the Umar sector? I'm just curious.
First of all, I was trolling when I said I was from coal sector. I was trolling, and I'm really from the raw beef sector. So
Okay, but I mean, you've been like Lemon has repeated that multiple times. The people are actually believe that you are from the Umar sector. So I'm just was curious as to why you wouldn't correct that and say that you were trolling if that's what you were doing. But that's my only question. So you said you were just being sarcastic or trolling or something like
yeah,
that?
yeah, sarcastic. Yeah,
Oh, okay, I got you.
Stefan, since you here, I got a question. So are you gonna be in Vegas?
Yes, I am.
yeah,
Yep,
that's a
Okay,
good question.
okay.
23rd. Yep. So I actually bought my flight.
Oh, did you? You already bought your plane ticket?
Yes, but I make
Okay,
sure I
so I
made
got some
just
questions
in
for you.
case. I make.
I got questions for you.
Okay,
Then,
go ahead.
hold on. Let me go over the comments real quick. You said my bad, Pri. I got a
Sure,
call. No
take your.
problem, Hoodie. I appreciate Hoodie being up here and coming up today. I think everybody's just kind of talking. You said, "Ooh, goof, true." Okay, so I'm just looking at everybody's comments. My bad, y'all. What's up? What's up, P? Appreciate you being in the building. And Petty Betty, I appreciate you. DBZ Nation, the Speak Easy, definitely appreciate you being in the building. Just trying to go on over everybody I didn't see. Divine Seven, I appreciate you as well. Um, you guys, y'all know that as we do in the sector, there'll be a whole show going on. Oh, it's Pacific. Pacific, what's up, Pacific? Appreciate you being here as well. Slander God, I appreciate you. One of my favorites in the building. Gemini 75, I appreciate you as well. Okay, as we know, we'll be having our own goddamn show in the damn chat. So y'all go ahead and have at it. And we are going to talk amongst us up here. So, all right, y'all. So, Stefan, one question for you. Since you're going to the trip to Vegas, what are your thoughts on knowing what happened in New York, right? What are your thoughts on Shakim going? I'm getting an echo. What are your thoughts on Shakim going to Vegas?
I was about to get to that point.
Is there still an echo, T Pre? You hear one?
I did for a second, but
Okay,
yeah, I
I
did
was
now.
making sure it was
I think
mine.
it's your phone, but I'm a mute. Go ahead.
Let me put my the echo cancellation on. Hold on, see if that helps it.
Okay, because I don't even know how to do that in here.
Okay, I'm not sure if that fixed it. But I was first off, I want to say because you just reminded me, I'm glad that you cleared up about the height thing because he was over on those dating shows saying that he was 5'8", and now he has Lemon repeating back that he's 5'8" now too. But
No,
we
he
all
is
know
not
that's
5'8" at
right.
all.
That's what I was saying because you had said that you and him were the same height, and I remember you saying that you were like 5'6", and like you had like heels or like
No, I have my
platform
Jordans
shoes
on,
or
so I'm
something on.
5'6", but I guess I'm like 5'5" with those shoes on.
Right. Um. So yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that again because yeah, they were saying like he's 5'8", which
Hey, hold on one second. Hey, that's
two
not what
levels is a
we
lot.
mute your mic for a second, sir.
There you
Hey,
go.
that's not what we're doing. I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Everybody hit the like button up here, but definitely appreciate the Black Lounge family for being here today. The whole sector out here today, y'all. We even got Rev G in the building, allegedly. But I'm gonna mute. Go ahead, Stefan. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that I'm glad that you cleared that up. But you said my thoughts on Shakim going to Vegas. Is that what your
Yeah,
question was?
yeah. Based on the fact that what happened in New York.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't really plan on really. Well, I don't know. Hopefully, things might be different, like in a in-person meetup, because obviously virtually, there's some tension there apparently, but on his part. But I really don't know what to say though. But I hope that it seemed like at first though people had said that Shakim was a lot different in person than the way he comes across like online. That's what I first heard when before people fell out. So I don't know. I think it might be a good interaction. I really don't think that Shakim's coming though, to be honest with you, because he has like a warrant or something like that. But I really don't believe that he's going. I don't think he ever intended on going, just based on those, on those things, because realistically, that's an actual fact that he does have that. So how are you going to be able to travel with having that, on file? So that's my only thing is I don't really even think that that's, going to come into fruition. But that's just me.
Yeah, I had hold on, I'm gonna mute you because I'm getting okay, there you go. I had the same thoughts on that. I don't think if he does show up, right, he's gonna show up after like spending his very last, you know what I'm saying? And that's gonna prove to be an issue. So I think he shouldn't I think he just shouldn't go. You know what I'm saying? I think it's best that he doesn't go. But if he does go, I mean, it's only going to be content to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I ain't going to be mad one way or the other if he does show up. But yeah, y'all going to end up paying for him and some food or something along the way.
But it's funny you mentioned that because I forgot about that part. That New York thing was so long ago. I forgot that those about the cards declining and that whole thing. I completely forgot about that. So you're talking about that portion about it being like held responsible for paying like the dinner tab and all that stuff. That's a good point because if you're already trying to raise funds for people to get you out there, and you're not in a position financially to go, then I would kind of fall back and focus on some other things that might be of higher priority, like finding a job and getting back on your feet. But right now, like a Vegas trip doesn't really seem like it would be feasible for him because it's like you said, it might be like a repeat of the New York trip where he booked his the New York trip like something like 24 hours like before he even left out, if I remember, and y'all didn't even actually know if he was actually coming or not. Like he did it like very last minute.
Yeah,
So
that's I hope
that
your
was a while
understanding
back.
was
You
it.
should do a refresher on that because there's a lot of things I forgot all about that.
And you got to remember too, when T-Pri and them did that trip, that was mostly for a work type of thing. That wasn't like a social
Right.
hanging out. So there's more money going to be involved. If you're going out every night and going, hanging out and doing stuff in Vegas, so he's gonna need more cash on hand.
Where did he stay at when he was in New York? Did he get an Airbnb?
No, I was at Braken's house, but he was supposed to stay at at Danny's Airbnb, but he didn't stay there because he didn't book it in time. Remember, we kept trying to figure out why, where was his, what was he doing? And then finally he said, like, it was like 12 o'clock that night. He had sent Braken a email and was like, I'm coming. I just got my direct deposit. And he bought his hotel and his plane ticket that night, like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I remember that like that part the last minute because y'all didn't even know that he was coming, and I think y'all were waiting for like the confirmation of the flight, so y'all could get him in that Airbnb or whatever.
Right. Let me, yeah, that's what it was. Thank you for reminding me of that. But hold on one second, guys. I want to acknowledge some people in the chat. Carla Martin, I appreciate you being in the building. I am human first. I definitely appreciate you as well. And everybody make sure they're hitting the like button, guys. But yeah, I do remember that. That's exactly what happened. We were waiting on the confirmation of his flight because he was supposed to be taking a flight to New York. and we were waiting on the confirmation for that in order for Danny to take the Airbnb off the market. Okay. And he never did it. It was Mother's Day weekend. So Danny wasn't going to take that off the market. You know, he was going to make money that weekend. You know, instead of letting Shakim stay there for free, you know, he going to make his money if you don't have a flight ticket. Right. So, but he
Right.
didn't buy his ticket until like midnight, and he didn't get his hotel booked until midnight.
Well, that's because he was waiting for his direct deposit to hit. If it's that
Exactly.
close where you have to wait for your direct deposit to hit, I mean, just based on me, my anxiety alone, like, I have too much anxiety to even, like, try to swing something like that. Like, I have to, like, do things like make sure, like, I'm good ahead of time, like, you know, I'm gonna be at this place, you know, like, this is reserved, like, I have confirmation, like, I can't take those risks of things just based on how I do, but to do things on a whim like that, like, I mean, I don't see how he does it, but that's just me. But more power to him. But
I
I
got a
just
question,
hope it's
Tiff.
not like a situation like last time, because I think something like he's supposed to be also flying Ness out to the BET Awards or something like that, BET Experience, and
Yep.
he's supposed to be getting her hair done. And
So I heard them talking about that. We're gonna let Happy Life talk about that real quick. Go ahead, Happy Life.
okay, I'm gonna actually
I
step down while
got a
y'all discuss it. Thanks, T Pre, for having me.
Okay.
Y'all
You're
have a
welcome.
good
Thanks
morning.
for coming
Bye.
up, Stephanie.
Hmm.
all right. Then yeah, so he's supposed to be flying Nez out to buy her hair, buy her clothes. God, she is finessing the shit out of him, man. Like
Yeah.
she is
Well,
tough with him.
what's up, Nova Real Show? Definitely appreciate you being in the building. Y'all hit the like button. That's right. Okay, so either way, let's go ahead and move on because you know, that's just kind of we've already talked about all this already. Okay, so my thoughts on what Triggs was saying in regards to the beef sector. So now he did make some really good points. Okay, he said, you know, hey, you know, because and I don't want it to be where it sounds like I'm saying that the content creators are saying this stuff. The content creators to me seem to be very supportive of their chat, right? They seem to be very supportive of people, regardless of whatever sector that they come from. As long as you're not disrespecting them, as long as you're not disrespecting, you know, they chat. You know, I kind of hold things the same way. I hold those same values, right? Where I don't allow people to come around and just say and do whatever they want. I don't let people just attack people in the chat, you know what I mean, and all kinds of stuff. That's just kind of things I don't allow, you know. As long as you come around, you enjoy the show, you sit back, relax, you can laugh, joke with each other, have fun, roast or whatever y'all gonna do. But you know, as long as it's not overly disrespectful, they tend to treat me the same way, and I've seen them treat, you know, other people in our sector that's in the chat the same ways, right? So I don't really have any issues with them per se. But there are people that are in the chat rooms that tend sometimes, and it's not everybody, it's not even most of the beef sector, but there's a handful of people here and there that have talked a little bit of their shit and said a little bit of shit about our sector, right? Where they feel like we're some like top notch Russian enemy type shit, you know what I mean? Where we trying to like invade their space and we doing all this spying. And I'm not even sure where that energy comes from, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, most of us in the black spaces of YouTube, we all float around to different places and different spaces on YouTube, right? I might watch somebody in the T sector. This is why I know about what's going on with the Armand Wiggins thing and the T gift. You know, I might float around over there, you know, over in the black sector and listen to ZX sometime or whatever they talking about over there. I might float around in the beef sector in different places. And I love to float around our sector because this is kind of home base for me, right? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to be malicious with them. And I can understand where Triggs would get that anger of, you know, we ain't no pussies because ain't none of us ever been bitch or pussy over here. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, the same way, if, you know, niggas get up and argue and talk shit and have purges and all that shit, that's the same shit we do over here. You know, it ain't nothing fucking different, right? So I get that. And we are going to get our respect, okay? Now, the content creators over there, they tend to be giving me that respect. I haven't seen them not. I haven't seen them really disrespect any of our content creators. I've seen them support Hoodie. I've seen them support Triggs. I've seen them support me. I've seen them support, every single one of us over here. So I don't really see, why there would be a problem with, with them. But some of the people that, may speak up in the beef sector or might be in the chat rooms, they might talk their little shit and, have little shit to say about, about whatever, right? Yeah, I can understand where he comes from with that, because we have been a force to be reckoned with for 4 to 5 fucking years, maybe even longer, right? We have our own little family over here. And even without anti-Afro and without Rev G and of course, without Umar, which is something we haven't talked about in years, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have, some really great storylines over here. We have some really great, shit going on. We always got something popping off, and they tend to be interested in what we're talking about to the point where they come over and listen to us, right? So I don't see anything wrong with what Triggs said. I agree with him. I think we should be putting our sector first. For those of us who have established that kind of family, we know who's in the family. We know who we fuck with. We know who we don't, right? We know the motherfuckers that even if they have done the most fuck shit, right, they still might be part of the family to a certain, but then there's other people that, I don't fuck with at all, that y'all niggas might fuck with. And I'm going to be honest, I would never stand up for them motherfuckers. And that's just what it is, right? But then there's some people that, regardless, they still going to be here. They still going to be part of the dysfunctional family. And, that's what we do. So, that's where I'm at with that. But shout out to the beef sector. Shout out to what they doing over there. Shout out to their support of our sector, the super chats, the cash apps, and everything that I get from them over there. I really appreciate y'all for that. And, we're going to keep on flying. But, we got a lot to do, family. We got shit to do over here with our dysfunctional family and to talk about. And, yeah, that's where I'm going to be adding things. This is where this platform here is definitely a platform where I talk about sector stuff first. This comes first. Sector business comes first, and then, if I want to talk about something with the beef sector, it definitely has to include somebody in our sector. I ain't even going to hold you. I can't see myself just doing commentary on what's going on over there, because that's their business, right? But our business, if it's somebody in our sector, yeah, I might be talking about it. So, but either way, what's up, Make a Change? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree pretty much, because what I'm seeing is a lot of the content creators, they don't seem to mind, because obviously it brings new eyeballs to their channels.
Right.
The most of the people that I'm seeing kind of complaining are people in the chat. I haven't really heard the content creators themselves, because like I say, definitely it's bringing new eyeballs, new cash apps, new growth for them. So I don't see them a lot pushing back on it. There's mostly people in the chat. And I think all of it is kind of the way that Binary and Shakim kind of entered the sector, that kind of gave that whole Umar boy, stench, type of thing. But I think that's kind of wearing off now, because from what I'm seeing is people, Binary has people that like him over there, that whole the whole Umar boy stench, that kind of like, oh well, these guys are just here to see what they can take or whatever. I think that's kind of wearing off. People know who Shakim is now. People have seen who he is. They have seen his antics, and it's kind of like, okay, that's who he is. He's content. So I think, but like I say, I haven't seen the content creators themselves kind of push back on people from this sector going over there. I've seen it more in the chat. People in the chat.
Yeah, and I get that too. And I was going to highlight what Spottom said, but let me look at what I Am Human First said first. He said, in a recent conversation with Ness, Shakim told Ness he would be able to afford the trip because he's starting the new job. But what got me were the details on BET's trip or lack thereof. Yeah, that one right there. I don't think in any way, shape, form, or fashion that Ness is slow or stupid.
No,
right?
She's not.
I think she knows exactly what Shakim is doing. And that's why I really like her a lot, because she likes to allow things to be content, right? It kind of is what it is. It's not personal. I'm not about to get pissed off about this shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna let this nigga just snag himself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, okay, if you want to tell me you gonna buy me this, I'm gonna play right into it. Yay, I'm gonna get my nails done and get my toes done.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna go to the BT experience. Ow, you know what I mean? Everything. I'm gonna play right into it. And then the day of, I'm gonna do a nice live stream and I'm gonna roast your motherfucking
Yeah.
ass. Like that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
And to piggyback on something what Triggs was saying last night in regards to Shakim being, the content over there, it's Ness already probably peep game, but hey, it's content. I'm gonna
Yeah, it is.
let him write this, let him basically, because at this point, Shakim is the gift that keeps on giving at this point.
Literally.
That guy is wild.
You gotta laugh at it. You know what I'm saying?
You have to, man. You have to.
You gotta laugh at it. The only problem I'm having with what Shakim is doing is see, Flacco, it's almost like he's trying to take the same approach as Flacco, right? The whole shock value. I mean, it might be different styles, but it's the same thing, right? The whole shock value thing of talking crazy and saying dumb shit and doing the most just to get the attention and then get on some big platform in hopes of getting on some big platform, right? And doing it. There's a big difference though in how Shakim is doing this and how Flacco is doing this. Flacco
Right.
didn't buy his way into anything, right? He didn't try to purchase anybody's friendships and stuff like that. He kind of let that come to him. He let the money come to him, right? He started off with doing the rap commentary, you know what I'm saying? The rappers commentary and shit on his channel. And he built a real following off of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't talking about beef sector and he wasn't talking about black sector shit. He went beyond that. You know what I'm saying? And talked about things to really build an audience. And then he took those members in that audience with him to No Jumper. That's what allowed him to get on such a big platform like that. So if Shakim want to do this, he got to do it different. He can't be just talking about beef sector shit. And, that's going to get him a couple of things within the beef sector. That's going to get him a couple of things within our sector. But if you want to be big like Flacco, he's going to have to start talking about celebrity commentary or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And really getting into it and become like a Armand Wiggins type. You know what I'm saying? And then he might start talking about seeing some bags or, picking up some bags. But right now he ain't picking up nothing. He just out here spending money and looking stupid.
And it's funny because it's content and we watching it, but on another spectrum, it's kind of sad because it's having real adverse effects on him. We know he's like losing his car and different things like that. So he's not taking care of real life situations. He's not working. He's not. I think he has been consumed into this whole YouTube thing. And this has become like his life, but it's not having any upward trajectory. When you kind of look at it, he's really not moving forward.
At all.
So that's the part. Like I said, it's content, so you laugh. But on the other hand, you kind of I kind of feel bad for him because he's really not making good life decisions. That's just I'll leave it at that.
So I don't feel bad for him. Okay. I mean, I don't feel bad for him, and probably it's because we watched him try to destroy other people's lives for no reason out here, right? I mean, literally watched him try with his best, with his most intention to really try to destroy people's lives out here, just for everything and all that energy to turn around and consume him the same way, right? So the only way that he would get that cleared up is if he clears that up with the people he did that with. I mean, that's just what that is. So, sometimes you got to let the universe do what it do. It is what it is. He put himself in that situation. If you don't want to get if you don't want to get, bad energy back from the universe, you got to put good energy out. And while you're putting bad energy out, all of that's returning to you. So everything that I'm watching happen to him losing his car, him, on the verge of losing his place, him not paying his basic bills, water and all this other stuff, you out here doing the cheapest drugs in the world and, all this stuff. These are all projections that he put on other people last year, and the years prior. So now here we are, and we're just watching this unfold. and none of us are doing anything. That's what I find funny too. When I watch over on Ness's panel or something like that, and he's on the panel, and he's complaining about us being in the chat or something like that. Or what was it? The other day he was on CE's panel and he was complaining about how, Ness is cool with, his ops coming and following him all over the place. Nobody follows him anywhere. We just happen to be there because we like the show, right? But in his mind, he's embarrassed by us seeing him lose the way that he's losing because he tried to shit on all of us. You understand what I'm saying? So
right, I hear what you're
that's
saying.
what's bothering him. Like,
yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. You was gonna say something.
No, I'm saying, yeah, and I guess the way he's gonna try to pay for this Vegas trip is he's like basically all the memberships that he gifted or paid for, he's like doing refunds. I'm like, dude, that's like scamming because those memberships. So if you buy membership to other sites, that has nothing to do with you losing your channel. But I guess that's what he's doing.
Well, even if his bank, this is where he's gonna fuck up with that. Even if his bank does give him like a preliminary, pushback on the money, gives him back the refunds, they still have like 6 months or so to do an investigation into it.
Right.
Okay. So if it turns out that, YouTube turns around and says, no, this is a legitimate charge, then they're going to take all their money back and they will make your account negative to get their money. They don't care. Okay. So if that's what he wants to do, that's on him. And that's an issue he'll have to face later. Unfortunately, he don't have General Kip to put the money back for him. So I don't know what he going to do, so.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, let me get through these comments and then we're going to get over to the Godfather's conversation. You said, I was in the chat and I said one or two little things and someone I didn't know was like, Steph is a white lawyer. She's smart. He said, I didn't see anything wrong with what was said last night. And some of the people in the beef sector acts ridiculous about other sectors mingling over there. I agree. I think what he said was on point, really, I got to agree with Triggs on what he said last night, but I do think it's kind of like the chatters. I don't really think it's not all the chatters either. It's just a few. He said, and she loves black people. Right. That's what they said. He said, Brixton, but you are a man. And of course, there are things you may understand that I don't. Hey, Brianna, I appreciate you coming in the building and YouTube cameras. I appreciate you being in the building as well. You said Ness recently complimented the Umar sector as a more beneficial merger than the black sector and Mo3 sector. You said at the sector. That's what's up. I think I did hear her say that. And that's true. And you said, hey to mods in chat. You said, hey to Bree. And I am human first. Everybody's saying hey to each other. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting through everybody's comments. You said, I agree with Ness on that. I am human first. Yeah. Because, we over there, we're there to support. We're not there for all the bullshit and, everything else. You said, y'all ever seen that episode of Seinfeld where Susan's parents tried to make George admit he was lying by playing along with his lie? Yep. and that sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to play, along. You got to play the game, right? You said, I am happy to be here. What's up, Marcus Manning TV? Appreciate you coming in the building today. You said, good morning to YouTube cameras. Everybody's just kind of saying hi. You said, yeah, my sentiments exactly make a change. Okay, so Brixton is agreeing. You said, Flock is not a YouTube sector. He is YouTube mainstream. That's the difference. Exactly. Like he can't, he doesn't hang out in these small little black spaces and, think that that's going to get him to the top. He actually went beyond that, right? Like even on my other channel, I do true content, true crime content, right? On black families and black situations, right? So yeah, that's a very different genre than, just sitting around talking and gossiping and, and all that stuff. If you're going to gossip, you got to do celebrity gossip. And that's kind of a dying breed too. A lot of people aren't really paying attention to a lot of that much more. He said he spent years talking about Lennon Honor every damn video. And here he is. Damn shame. Okay. What's up, Redbone? I appreciate you being in the building. You said good morning. Thank you for gifting the 10 memberships, 0 miles per hour. Again, guys, if you guys are going to gift memberships, I do appreciate it. I do prefer the Cash App. I also prefer the Super Chat because, you don't want people to just, feel like, we're shoving Black Lounge down their throat. You know what I mean? But let me go ahead and take a look real quick in the chat to see who was gifted a membership today. And welcome to the Black Lounge family. For those, if I missed it, welcome to the family. For those that are now here, let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see here, y'all. Let's see here if I can catch who was gifted a membership. Let's see. Okay, Brianna, welcome to the Black Lounge family. Hey. Okay, what happened was gifted. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. Jay Ray was gifted a membership. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. I'm Nevaeh. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. LV, the show, man. Welcome to the family. Miss Too Lovely. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. Yo, Unc. Welcome to the Black Lounge family. Slander is a member. Welcome to the fam, Slander. You already family anyway. The Speakeasy was gifted a membership. Welcome, 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 bro. All right, y'all. So we got some good members going on today. Definitely appreciate you guys for being in the building. And thank you for gifting the 10 memberships. I do appreciate that. Okay, so I can accept that, guys. All right. And Mikey, I appreciate you being here today. You said based on the amount of support and name recognition Shakim receives in the beef sector, his viewership should be in a far better state of affairs. But I ain't giving no advice. I leave that to Rampage. Child, listen, that's what I'm saying. What do you think about that? Make a change, and then I'm a comment on that.
I agree 100%. He's not capitalizing on the stuff. You know, he should be seeing growth, but he continued to do the stupid stuff that's getting any growth that it's the same thing when he was in our sector. All the growth that he got, he did stupid stuff and his channels got deleted, he got demonetized, things like that. Same thing in the beef sector. All the growth that he has got, what happened? Now his channel is gone. He's pretty much doing the same exact thing he was doing over here that got him in trouble. He's going over there with the same antics. He's not learning.
Yeah, showing that porn from the Bombay videos and shit. That was like, bro, you know damn well. I don't even think Bombay got that shit up on his channel. I don't know if he does or not, but I know that Shakim doing that on a monetized channel. Then the way that he was buying his own memberships, right?
Oh yeah.
And then at the same time requesting refunds from other people's memberships. I mean, multiple refunds. Like, I know YouTube was looking at him sideways. Anyway,
at some point, it's going to raise a red flag because it's like, okay, why is this person asking for so many refunds? I'm like, dude, they track that type of stuff.
They have to.
Just like when you go to a store,
they have a financial team, right?
Yeah, just like when you go to a store and you always coming back and basically returning stuff. The store puts you on the list. It's like, you know, that's why a lot of times now they ask for your driver's license so they could put you in their database as this person constantly does this.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why they're doing that. Yep.
He doesn't realize that, man.
No, he don't understand something. But yeah, I agree with that. Like he should have a lot more viewership right now. You know, I don't know if he thought he was going to just take off. Now, Binary, he kind of did it very different than Shakim.
See, I was just about to talk about Binary.
Yeah. Okay. So Binary, he definitely went in, you know, with a little bit more honey. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He actually tried to, you know, kind of sway and you know, sway everybody, you know, and love bomb everyone and all those things. And, you know, very similar to what he did in our sector. You know, It wasn't very different from what he did over here. When Binary first came to the sector, you know, he was very loving and sweet and nice and everything. And then he started dropping some of that racial shit, you know, and then niggas started looking at him a little sideways, right? But some women still really did fuck with him until, you know, later on down the line, you know, as Stargate and all that other, y'all know how it went. But either way, no, go ahead.
And I hate to say this, but if Star is here, she hear that. It is what it is. But I think Binary kind of lost a lot of his support, you know, when people started to go back and forth with Star and stuff. They just didn't want to deal with the whole Star stuff.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely happened. You know, so I don't know if that was purposeful. I'll be honest. But either way, he did a good job in how he transitioned over there.
Yeah.
and he's getting the numbers,
Yeah.
and then he's got some, some of the higher, some other, larger content creators like ODS and them that are kind of backing him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good thing. He didn't go in there calling everybody a bunch of bitches and swinging his neck back and forth, twirling his hand, arguing with bitches and talking shit. When Shakim came in that way, he came in very explosive, very different than how we met Shakim, right? When we met Shakim, he was all into the netter and talking about, the Egyptology and hieroglyphics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to go over there and take cussing bitches out and shit and add hieroglyphics to it. And it just, well, I don't know, man. So,
I guess to piggyback on something what Triggs was saying about the talent over here. I look at what Binary is doing over there. No disrespect to the B sector, but what he's doing, he's bringing something over there that they don't have. Because how Binary, he could do those narratives, he could different things he could swing, he can look at situation and bring in different elements to make content out of it, because that's what he does. He's very good at that. And there's a lot of people in the sector, in our sector, that's really good at that, taking elements and making content out of it. So, and Binary, he's gonna, he has more players over there because we have a small sector, so it's kind of hard to do that here because we're smaller, we don't have that much content. But over there's so many different players, so he's taking information from all different people and putting it together and making content. I think he's gonna do good over there.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine as long as he's doing what he's doing, and he came in respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important. Like if you come into anybody's space, you come in respectfully. That's the reason why we welcome Raw B with open arms, right? Because
I think he learned from being over here when he tried his crazy.
Yeah, when he tried that shit, and that's why he didn't want to take. I don't think he wanted to take Stargate with him over there. I think he was trying to ease her off. He didn't want to not fuck with her, but he didn't want to actually take her, with him into that, to that realm. Because
this is my take on the whole Stargate with him going in over there. And I could be wrong, but this is my view. I think in some ways Binary kind of used Shakim and Stargate. And hear what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because to get into the beef sector, you have it's the beef sector, so you have to beef. But Binary can't go into that. He can't dive into it because of what already happened in this sector with his job being called. So I think he tag along with Shakim because Shakim, he's reckless. He's going to go in there head first. Star went in there. She went in. She got into that big old fight with those women on that panel. And guess what? They left, but guess who stayed? Binary. So all their channels wasn't really. They all were linked to Binary. So basically, anybody that wanted to come back and see Star or see Shakim, where did they land? They landed at Binary's channel. So I think he benefited from those two going head to head with people when he didn't have to go out there and do that. And then they paid away. But guess what? His channel remained, and now he's getting all the people are coming to his channel because he was the landing place for all the battles that Shakim and Star was fighting in the beginning to get them notarized in the sector. That's the way I feel about it. I think Binary,
I absolutely agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that. They basically were the atomic bombs that he could throw out into the field, right, and just let everything clear. And now that he got everything clear, he dusts the shit off and he just walks through.
Binary,
that shit was smart.
Very calculated, man.
That was very calculated, very, very calculated. But I mean, that's basically what happened, because Binary's not a fighter. He's not, he's not the type that'll, he might battle intellectually, right? But he's not going to battle with you. You know what I'm saying? He might talk his shit, act like he really be drop the Addy and all that dumb shit. But that nigga's not a fighter, okay? No, he's not a roaster, right? So, I mean, he is kind of, but not really, right? Like he got to get in his bag to do it, but he don't really be doing that. And I don't think he wants to go blow to blow with most of the people in the beef sector, right? So, he allowed them to kind of do it, and now he's talking his shit, but he's in there now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, he's able to talk a lot more shit than he was, before, when he first started. So all the big battles are out the way, basically. So shout out to him for that. Let me go ahead and finish up these comments real quick, and let's get into this conversation because I really do got to go soon. But I appreciate everybody. You said, not I got gifted a membership. I appreciate you, though, for coming in and being in the building. Pause, pause, pause. Everybody hit the like button. You said, I am human. Yep, he is not business-minded for sure. Thank you for the super chat, Marcus Manning. And you said, well, make a change. He can't get away from himself, yet you all feel sorry for him. Okay. You said, Keeper, you said, good day, Black Lounge and Divine in chat. And I appreciate you being in the building, Keeper. Shout out to you. What's up, Smoke God? Appreciate you being in the building. You said, salute T Pre. You said, make a change, Clark, Bree. All right, y'all. So y'all just kind of talking with each other. Good. I'm glad I'm not missing any real comments in here. You said, make a change. I agree. And I don't watch none of them. You said, binary don't want no smoke from them, just cash apps. That's all. That's all. Everybody get them likes up. Yep, get them likes up, guys. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about this situation. Now, I'm going to use initials. Okay, everybody will know who I mean in our sector. You guys are going to know who these initials are. Okay, as I'm talking along. But I found it funny that, and I understand. I'll say this: I didn't find it funny. I can understand where you guys would get the impression that Tiff P would have, if she got that information about Ghost, having CPS called on him, right? I could see where you guys would think that Darrell would be the obvious person that stands out as the person that would have gave her that information, okay? Here's the problem, and there's a couple of holes in that story, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys a couple of those things. There has been a long-standing issue between a particular person with the initials of CB, okay, who has hated Ghost with just as much angst, if not more, than Tiff P, okay? That has been going on for years, guys. It is still going on to this day, all right? There are still things happening with lawsuits and stuff along those lines between that person and that person, that person is doing anything and everything that they can to bring harm to this person, okay? Anything. They have hired a private detective, allegedly. They have, it's funny because they have not used this private detective against myself, which you guys know what I'm talking about. Make a change. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They have not used a private detective against myself, but they have used a private detective against him. Okay. And they were able to find information that no one else knew. And if you know what's going on Pacer, you would be very aware of this information and very aware of this situation. So if there was a contact or a call to CPS, this would have been the person that would have done this and that would have also allegedly told Tiff P. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I have encountered conversations with Tiff P myself, where Tiff P, and this is public, okay? This was not, I don't talk to Tiff P behind the scenes, okay? So, we don't talk by email or anything, okay? I think I might have emailed her maybe once in the past, probably like 4 years ago. I don't even remember if I ever did, right? All I know is I don't talk to her behind the scenes. So any conversation that I've ever had with her has always been on a panel, okay, or in a chat room. So Tiff P has specifically said certain things to me in regards to CB and whether or not I have some specific involvement with things. And I have specifically let her know how wrong she is, okay? And this is based off of conversations that I have had with attorneys in regards to this matter, okay? So I've had to correct her on several things in regards to that situation. And she, for some reason, after we talk, she might, kind of sway with my, with what I'm saying, because she's an attorney, right? So she's very aware of the fact of what I'm saying is true, because it's based off of lawful facts. Okay. So, but she has many times tried to, make it seem as though what CB is saying is fact. Okay? So that has always given me the impression that she has some type of conversation with CB. Okay? Whether it be, because I can't understand where she would get some of these theories if she wasn't having specific conversation with her regarding some of these matters. Because some of these things that she has talked about is not something that's on Pacer. Okay. Some of these things are conversations that only you would have with somebody that's directly involved in the situation. Okay. So, and you be the one to bring it to the sector would, and on your show would be a question to me of how and why, where are you getting this from, unless you're having a direct conversation with this person. So that is the reason why I don't think Darrell had anything to do with a conversation in regards to Ghost, in regards to CPS, because that particular person has tried particular things like that to try to bring harm to Ghost. Okay. And with her and Tiff P having this relationship where Tiff P feels that what this woman says is factual, and what this woman does is correct, to the point where I need to make adjustments to things I'm doing. I need to make adjustments to what I'm speaking on and what I'm talking about, and so forth and so on, even though I have spoken with a few attorneys who have let me know that I'm cool. Okay. Like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Regardless of what's being said on Pacer, I have nothing to worry about. This particular Tiff P has made it a point to make it as if, no, I most definitely have something to worry about. As a matter of fact, allegedly, I have a judgment against me. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there to the sector, because, and I was going to send that to Ray last night. And I also I really didn't want to talk about it, right? Because I didn't want to mention that person's name. But then as I thought about it, I said, shit, I could just use initials. Okay. Like, because it is what it is. And like I said, the sector knows what I'm talking about. And if you don't have the full story, all you got to do is check on pacer.gov. Okay. And you'll see for yourself exactly what I'm talking about. And so that's the theory. I know y'all love to take Darrell down. I know y'all want Darrell to be responsible for something ugly in the sector. And I don't know, but y'all gonna have to keep searching, because this ain't it. This ain't it. What's your thoughts?
Here's my theory. Remember a while back when the whole thing happened with D. Darrell and Tiff the second time? I think the second time. Kip had made a comment. I forget exactly the comment, but he was saying if Tiff P is okay with me releasing it, I'm gonna release it. I don't know if you can remember that. And somebody in the chat could correct me. I can't remember the exact statement, but after that whole thing happened between Tiff and D. Darrell for the second time, Kip had made a statement. I think it was.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So This is my theory. I could be wrong. Ghost is cool with D. Darrell. It could be just buddies talking, and he might have said, Ghost might have said, hey, you know what these people do, man? They call CPS. And I could be wrong, but could it be that D. Darrell fed that back to Tiff P because him and Tiff P was cool, and Tiff P, unknowing to D. Darrell, Tiff P was feeding information back to Kip. So
it's only June 18th, right? These messages were back in April.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It
They
was
fell out a couple times, right?
right. So
But
I'm saying,
I honestly don't think, like, I hear what y'all are saying, but I really think it is a far-fetched story to say that. Like, I get the idea of the fact that they pillow talk, that they might be messing around or whatever, right? And but why would Darrell tell Tiff P about something like that?
hey, I have been a man in love or have a side chick. I never had a side chick, but girlfriends or whatever. You say you carry news to your girlfriend or your lady all the time as a man. It's something that happens. You might be pillow talking, you be like, because you're thinking, okay, it's confidentiality, you and her have a thing, but you're not knowing in this situation, Darrell didn't know that she was feeding information back to Kip. It happens with men all the time. They boy might tell him something. They home with their girl and they hanging out. They lovey dovey and they say, "Girl, you know what happened with so and so." But in this case, Darrell didn't realize that hey, what he was saying with her, even though he thought it was between them two, she was because how did Kip get that information about Ghost and the money?
But see, do you see P's comment? Because again, you guys are, I know y'all want it to be that. No, wait.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm going to find his comment.
I know y'all want it to be that. And I'm not saying that can't be a theory. And I get it, right? I can see why you guys are coming to that conclusion. But you're ignoring a very glaring thing here. Okay? There are two people, CB and Tiff P, that both despise Ghost. They despise him. Okay? I get the idea of, yeah, a man could be, and this could be, and that could be, but you got to put the facts here. The facts are there are two people that are talking offline to each other that absolutely despise Ghost. And then you got to look at what's on Pacer. And you take the paperwork because you be talking about Pacer. You, of all people, make a change, be talking about Pacer. So if you look at what's on Pacer, and you look at this comment right here, this is your theory. There is no other theory here. These two women talk to one another. CB has been actively going after Ghost.
Okay, I think we getting okay. I see what's happening here. I think we crossing. Okay, I'm not saying I know who called. I'm saying how Kip might have got
No. I didn't say that either.
Okay.
I'm saying who told Tiff P.
But how would she have known? See. Okay, hold on. How would Catherine? I'm sorry. How would CB would have known? Because that's not public information. She would have had to get it from somewhere.
Because I'm about to tell you. You don't think CB herself would make that call?
So that's what. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know who called. I don't know who might have called.
Well, here's the thing. Just hear me, because y'all are going with this whole Darrell thing, right? But the bottom line is Ghost or Darrell or none of them have ever come out and even acclaimed that this is even a true story. You understand what I'm saying? So that's number one. This could very well be CB even lying to Tiff P. Talking shit. Hold on, let me finish. This could very well be CB even lying to Tiff P and saying that she called, right? Saying, yeah, I'm calling CPS. I call CPS on him and this is about to go down and this and this. Because the two of them are the ones that hate him. And they talk offline. So you can't eliminate that. Plus that they have motive. Darrell doesn't have any motive. But Tiff P and CB, they both have motive. Because they both hate him. So one of them could be lying to the other. She could be like, yeah, I called CPS and this is happening and that's happening. And now Tiff P is telling Kip this story. And then Kip is running that story to Shakim.
Right. And you're right. We can't eliminate because we
don't know. And the reason why I'm not stretching this, okay? Like I want y'all to understand what I'm saying is not a stretch, and what y'all are saying is the stretch, because what I'm saying is backed up by actual Pacer paperwork.
And I understand exactly where you're coming from. We can't eliminate the possibility, but what we're saying is not a. This is why what we're saying is not a stretch, because we already know in the past, D. Darrell has given Tiff P information, that conversation that has happened between him and Ghost. It has happened before, so we have that also as something that has happened in the past, where D. Darrell has passed.
The way that conversation came out was not where he was gossiping. He was asking her specific questions. Let's be real.
Well, that's what.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm not doing narratives. He was asking her specific questions regarding business. Okay, now she leaked it to someone, and it wasn't their business. That wasn't Darrell's fault. Now, I get it. Should he have kept talking to her? I wouldn't have kept talking to her, right? But he did, right? I wouldn't have done it, but he did. But either way, that was her fault for leaking that shit, okay? Now, this time around, we don't have evidence or proof that, number one, this story is even true, right? Number two, that he was talking to her. But we have very, very, very solid circumstantial evidence surrounding CB and her actually plotting with this type of thing, having this kind of conversation behind the scenes, and even executing it if it actually happened. Both of them would have motive and reason, and there's paperwork on Pacer to back up that theory. Actual government paperwork to back up that theory. Now, what y'all are saying is just a maybe.
That's also what we're saying. What I'm saying would be also circumstantial evidence, because
there's nothing to back up what y'all saying.
We have a history. We have history.
Okay, you're stretching the history.
Could I finish? So let's say they said they pulled me into court and said I was shoplifting, right? The judge, they can look at my history and say, "Oh, you have shoplifted in the past." So there's a possibility.
I don't think there's any beef there. I don't think that. But they're throwing D in this, and D shouldn't even be in this theory. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Darrell shouldn't even be in this at all.
We can't eliminate it though. We can't eliminate it.
Okay, all right. But y'all have theory and you have paperwork.
We all have theory though, because yours is a theory also. We don't have any concrete evidence that CB is the one that actually called, and we don't have concrete evidence.
We don't have concrete evidence that there was a call at all.
Exactly. So
but wait a minute. That's my point. My thing is, the two of these women are the ones that hate that man. They are the ones that would be the only ones that would have motivation to have a discussion about it. They would have motivation to make a call, and they would have motivation to pass that information on. Only them. Not Darrell. No.
And a man that's engaged with a woman does pillow talk and does it happens. So we know it has happened in the past. We have concrete evidence that it happened.
Yeah,
in the
that
past.
Wasn't pillow talk. He was asking her questions.
We don't know, but okay.
He was asking her questions in regards to business.
Okay, let me. Could I interject on that statement? Mm-hmm. We don't know that. That's what D. Darrell told us. We just going based on what he told us. Do we know exactly that's what he said to Tiff P? Do we? Let's be.
You're saying yourself that he was. You have concrete evidence.
No.
Right. We have paperwork, right? We have what was presented. That is business talk. That was business talk.
No, could you hear me out?
Okay, go ahead.
We don't know in what context D. Darrell relayed that information to Tiff P. We could just go by based on what D. Darrell told us, right? That it was a business conversation. We don't know that for a fact.
Tiff P also said that it was a business conversation.
I don't think she actually said that though.
Yes, she did. She said that he was discussing business, but then later she turned around after they were mad at each other and said, it was pillow talk. But she did say, yes, it was business. That's what she originally said. She said that he was asking her questions in regards to um, certain things regarding the legalities of this contract. That's what she was at. That's what she was there to answer. But she can't stand him. She hates him. She said it. That's how we all found out. She hates him so much. He reminds her of her baby father. And she hates him with a passion. And that is the hatred she has for him.
So I'm going to play devil advocate for a moment, okay? Hear me out here. Hear me out. Okay. So Tiff P hates ghosts, right? Right? Hear me out. Tiff P hates ghosts. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact because she actually said it. So her side boo comes to her and says, I lend this dude money and he's upset, right? Her side boo comes to her upset that he lends an individual money and he's not paying it back. So what would the side boo do? Because this is somebody that the side boo already hates. You're not coming, and just hear me out. I'm playing devil advocate. So your side boo's coming. He's upset that I lent this guy money and he hasn't paid me back. And your side boo now, she's already don't like that person. So that's more fuel for her now to say, I don't like this guy. Now he's screwing he's messing with my boo. So you know what? I'm going to air him out to the sector. I'm going to air him out to somebody that's going to bring it out to the sector versus your side boo coming and having, hey, I'm working with this guy and he borrowed some money and we working it out, but it hasn't been paid back. What do you think I should do? Which one do you think more likely is one that would more
the friendship part of it? Let's be real, right? The friendship, the fact that they have a relationship with one another. Of course, I'm sure the conversation was much more laid back, right? That doesn't mean it wasn't meant in the sense of business, right? Let's be real. Of course, they probably had a very laid back conversation. Like if I have a conversation with one of my lawyer friends, right? It might not be the same way as a lawyer I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm going to have a very laid back conversation. We might joke, laugh, kiki or whatever. I can see that happening. But I also don't expect that friend to turn around and leak that to somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
And I agree with you.
So in that sense, yeah, I think they probably did have a laid back business conversation, right? Probably much more intimate because of their relationship. Let's be real, right? But that would be all the more reason for why he wouldn't think she would turn around and leak that to the sector. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't think I don't think this time around he would turn around and allow something like that to happen again.
You don't think so?
No.
But we got to remember too. Hold on, and you brought up a good point. These were old texts, so we don't know if she already had that information. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Could that information?
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're talking about with Kip, you're talking about that situation.
I'm saying okay. The text is from April, correct? What that Triggs showed, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know about the money lending thing, but we don't know if that information about the CPS could have been given to Kip around the same time with the money, and Kip just released only one part to the sector. Because you got to remember that conversation after that second thing happened, Kip made that comment. If Tiff P would allow me to, I'll go ahead and release more information. Because you got to remember too, Kip thing wasn't to hurt TC. He was trying to hurt D. Darrell. So he was trying to release the information to say, look at what D. Darrell is telling Tiff P. You got to remember that too. You got to remember, Kip releasing information wasn't to really hurt Ghost. It did hurt Ghost, but it was to say, look at what D. Darrell is doing to his friends, the people that he's calling his friends. He's relaying it on to Tiff P that's coming back to tell me. So it would make more sense if it came from D. Darrell, because why would Kip be eager to tell us? It's not going to. What is Kip having an issue with CB going to do for his situation with D. Darrell? So that's why I'm thinking it make more sense that it came via D. Darrell, because with Kip releasing it, it was more to basically, stuck it to D Darrell. That's
Okay. I can see what you're saying. Like, I see your theory, right? It's just like, here's the problem with kind of where we go with these kinds of things. We take these theories and we just run with the theory. And a lot of times we run with the theory because we don't like the other person, as opposed to looking at the facts in front of us, right? The facts of the matter are there are two women, and from the Kip situation alone, okay, I'm not going to go back to
Mhm.
the other situation for a second. From this Kip situation with these text messages, once he revealed that it was Ghost, I knew you guys were going to go to that, right? I knew y'all was going to go to that. That's why I said what I said in the chat. I was like, okay, I want to go there. Let's go there, right? Because I was ready for that, because I already know what's been going on. You see what I'm saying? So I immediately knew who either called CPS or talked about calling CPS. Immediately I knew who it would have been. And then, the only thing I didn't have full proof of is whether or not Tiff P and CB talked behind the scenes. Now that I know that, I'm 100% sure that's who's involved in it. And then all I got to do is look at the entire Pacer, and look at the whole history of Pacer and what's going on with that situation. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. As much as we would love for it to be the other way, y'all go take a look for yourself. Y'all be on Pacer. Y'all go take a look for yourself. But anyway, let me look at some of the comments here, and then we're going to get out of here, guys. You said the Antichrist made a video about the exposure shit on Darrell's channel. All that side chick, pills, etc. That episode, she said Tiff P did it and then slipped in really fast. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. You said, Slander, they're going to agree to disagree. Yeah. You said, likely with the assistance of another woman. You said, Steph, I saw you on before he privated it. You said, the tone, pace, etc. led me to believe she was forthcoming and knew who the woman was. Okay. You said, Clark, living life to the fullest, the beautiful Bernice Keeper. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, like, I know I get it, right? And I'm not saying that y'all theory isn't an interesting theory, right? But this time around, I have to tell y'all, I think y'all wrong about this. I really think if y'all go and do y'all research, right, and y'all go and look on Pacer, pacer.gov. Don't use pacer.com, because when y'all go to pacer.com, y'all get very limited information. When you go to pacer.gov, you have the ability to pull the entire docket for that whole case, okay? And I promise you, it is interesting what you will read in that shit, okay? So just go ahead and take a look for yourself, and, we'll go from there. You said, based on the level of dislike, the people most likely to call CPS on Ghost is CB, Tiff, P, Kip, and Don. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can go with those theories. Now, I don't know if I'm going to say this, okay, because I probably said it wrong last night when I said Tiff P called them. I don't think Tiff P called them. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't think she did it. But I do think she knows who did. I'll be honest. I do think she knows who did. And I think that she knows that it was either CB or somebody connected to them that did it. And that's just that. Kip, I don't know about him calling CPS either. But I don't know, he does everything else, right? So I don't see why why I should put that past him. But as far as, who CPS would have been called on, I mean, he hates ghosts too with a passion. So, they would all be involved, at this point, whether or not, but all three of them are the ones that absolutely hate ghosts. Don hates ghosts too, but, I can't see Don calling CPS on nobody. But as far as CB, Tiff P, nah, I'm a little questionable on that. Kip, probably, but CB and Kip probably the most likely be ones to call, or have somebody else call, right? And they know who did it. He said, nah, he
Wait,
didn't.
hold on. Every now and then Mikey comes with something good. He was saying, I have a good answer. It was Don. Could it have been Don that call?
That's what P just said too. He
Because
was saying,
remember, when Don came back, he made that thing. He's like, he made that whole. Well, hold on. I wonder what. Remember when Don came back, he made this whole thing about
thank you for the super
RTC
chat. I appreciate
as
that.
his son. Remember? Okay, so now. Oh, wait. Remember when Don came back, he was saying that TC had his son at the recording studio and people were smoking stuff.
Yeah.
See,
And
now
this was
wait,
recent, right? This was in
he
the
did,
past
yeah.
few months.
This is adding in a second element into it.
Uh-huh.
Not Don, but I'm gonna leave it right there because I don't want to go there because I don't have it. But if you really play the tape back and look at some of the chats and the people that were hammering that information that Don was presented in regards to TC's kids being at that particular recording and people were smoking, you're going to see there's some other players that fall into that now. There are some other players that were in those comments. Are you hearing me? Are you there, Tiff?
Can you hear me?
Are you there, T-Pre? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. My bad. I don't know what's going on. My internet.
Yeah, I was saying that going back to when Don was making those statements, there were some people in some comments in certain chats hammering home those statements.
Yeah.
So that comment and going back to what Don had said and the people that was kind of pushing that, it kind of broadens the scope for me of people who could have called, because we know some of those people have called in the past. So now that scope of people that could have called, in my mind, just basically broadened. I couldn't make a connection.
Put in the back chat the names, because I don't know who you're talking about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, put in the back chat. Okay, let me look real quick. Okay, yeah. That leads. So, okay, so we on the same page then. Because, listen, that person leads to CB as well.
See, my mind, I have kind of like the days of me cooking on this Umar stuff is kind of like my brain is, kind of off it a little bit. So it takes a while for me to like connect. That's because I'm not into it as I used to be. But now as soon as Mikey made that comment, it goes back to when Don came out and he was going after TC with the whole moving from the apartment. And he was saying that TC had his kids in that place and they were smoking and they were drinking. And that particular person kept going to different chats and kept saying that. So that just now that whole thing has broadened the scope of who could have called for me.
It does broaden the scope. I'll say this. I can't personally see, I don't know Don enough, right, to know whether or not he would call CPS on somebody. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt or shit like that. But if he did it would, he has good, he definitely has motivation, right? Like I can see that.
And also Don had a direct connection to that person too.
He did. That's what I was going to say. He lived there. He had direct connection to Ghost. He and Ghost fell out terribly. It was a public fallout. It was a ridiculously publicly, awfully terrible fallout, right? So, and this all happened right in the wintertime. And then now all this whole CPS thing is happening in April, probably March, right? April. And, all of these people are still very heavy players in this situation, including CB. If you look according to the timelines on Pacer, if you look according to information that's on Pacer, if you look according to, like you're saying, what's in that chat room and so forth and so on, listen, Darrell's been eliminated.
Nah, he's not eliminated. He's not eliminated yet. Good job, TP.
I did a good job though, but either way, he's eliminated, family. Okay, we putting him out the mix.
Yeah, according to Umar, the FBI is a goddamn suspect.
So we're gonna have to come back to this story, this conversation, because at the end of the day, I definitely think that this is a theory. This is a good theory. The Don thing is definitely a theory. But all of them are, if you look at the whole big picture of it all, right? To the person that you put in the back chat, to everybody else, they're all connected. Do you agree?
I agree to an extent, because I know how Dawn and that individual is connected. I know there's talks that CB and that individual, but I don't have any direct, I don't have no correlation to make
so
that.
I'll give you the correlation. Go back to Pacer and read it. Go to pacer.gov and read that shit. I promise you.
I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back through it and read it.
You'll see the direct connection, because their shit is very laid out on their connection.
I'll have to go back through it.
Okay. And then Kip and that person, you don't think that person is connected with Kip?
See, no, that's a
I'm gonna tell you.
I could see that. I could see that. I could see that.
Okay.
I could see that. I can definitely see that.
Okay, and the reason why, I'll give you the reason why. Okay.
So hold on. Give me a second. See, now you just threw a wrench in my thinking, because when Kip brought that information out on TC, that individual also has a disdain for TC. So could they have fed that information to Kip? Because at that point, Kip was releasing information on TC. Because also when that whole thing came out, that individual was also in chat pushing that information that Kip had released, that he's owing D Darrell money. I mean, that PC's owing D Darrell money. Oh man.
See?
So wow. When you wow, yep.
See, the rabbit hole runs very fucking deep. Like
so if we go based on that, that would basically skip it past D Darrell.
Exactly.
So that could be a way too. Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But there's no way those two are working with each other. You understand what I'm saying? That's not happening.
Yeah.
They're not working together. We know that. But everybody else on that list is suspect because of things that they've said.
Yeah, you definitely need a whiteboard for this stuff.
We need one of them smoke god charts out here.
I know. Oh yeah, the smoke god chart. Oh man, the rabbit hole runs deep. I tell you, man.
It does. I'm telling y'all, it does, man. It runs very fucking deep, and that's why we got to go deeper than the surface. Like, y'all be wanting to dive around and like snorkel around in the surface, looking at the little barnacles. No, y'all got to go deep in the ocean, okay? Y'all got to go down into the dives and get down in there. You got to put on your scuba diving gear, and you got to get down up in there, okay? Where you need a buoy to get back, to the land, okay? You need that, okay? Because down in there, that's where all the fucking murky shit is. That's where everything's at, okay? And like I said, it's not hard to see. We don't really even have to talk in riddles. It's not hard to see. And the shit is there. Like, you can go right to Pacer. You can literally, talk to each other. You can go back and look at some of these live streams. Some of the live streams are gone, right? But just you put on your thinking caps. Who was out here, making sense of certain people that don't make sense? That's just that.
And you also got to look at Kip too. Is like, why, even if he got that information or wherever he got it, why would you be spreading that to other people like Shakim? Because once Shakim get it, Shakim is going to, it's just a matter of time before Shakim releases the information.
Exactly.
So it's a matter. The question is, who else has this information? Because Kip wasn't just talking to one person.
Oh, right. There's a couple people. It's coming out slowly. It'll come out eventually.
Yeah.
You know, I think though, I'm gonna be honest though, I think some of those people are small fries. I do. I really do. Let's be real. But there are some people that took um, major parts in a lot of this stuff.
Oh, if T Pre doesn't mind, I don't. The reason why I said the information in the back check because I don't. It's not my platform, and I don't care
No, you
because
good.
they're not gonna do anything to me. But I didn't want to say it on your platform because it's I don't want to disrespect your platform. I want to I know
What
how
were you
those
gonna
people.
say? Go ahead and say it.
I can say the name if that I put in the back if that's okay with you.
Oh, if you want to,
Yeah, I don't care.
because
They're
I
not gonna
don't
do
care.
anything.
I didn't say it because
Sorry.
I thought you didn't want to say it.
No, I said when Don brought that information out that T Pre had his, I mean not T Pre, sorry. When
Said,
Don
don't
brought
put
the
me in
information
this.
on that TC, I'm sorry, not T Pre. When Don brought that information out that T Pre, I mean TC, I'm sorry, TC had his kids at that particular recording place, and Don was saying that there was drugs and he had his kids there. AES was in charge championing that information. She was in chats talking about that and always typing it up in there.
Hmm.
So, she was one of the people that was basically pushing that information.
And every single one of them have had some kind of relationship with her. They've all had some connection to her. Darrell has absolutely no relationship with anti Afro Svengali. It's just not happening. Okay.
And
However, I'm not saying that Tiff P has had a direct relationship with her because I have no evidence of that. However, I have watched Tiff P attempt to make sense of anti Afro's bullshit for years. Okay? Even when the shit don't make sense. I have watched her do that. I really have. I've also
yeah,
watched her try to make sense. I've watched Don do the same thing. Kip has done the same thing. And of course, we all know that CB and Anti have had a connection. If you missed it, you can go back and read that on Pacer, or you can go and look at a few videos that are still up. So,
right.
yeah.
And I don't know who called and what was the call about, and I was trying to figure that out. But now going back to that conversation Don had, and Don when he came out and he was mad at TC because he found out that D Durrell had give TC money and TC didn't give him any of the money, and he was saying all the thing about TC have his kids. No, that's ringing a bell to me. It's like, oh, could it have been that they called about? Because we don't already know TC off here. So what accusation could someone actually really make? But I'm thinking if they had that information that Don was saying that his kids are at this place, and Don had made a whole bunch of other claims about him neglecting his kids, they might have used that, whoever called. I don't know, but I'm just saying, now the pieces are starting to kind of like fall into place as you go back and replay conversations that happened earlier on in the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a fake fortune teller. That's why I know so much.
You know?
Shout out to you, Steph. You say you want to be the Doc Umar Johnson's personal life. Okay, y'all go ahead. But yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, listen, there's so much deeper. This story, this whole situation is not a surface situation at all. Okay. It is a very deep situation. It's very, very, very deep. And you got to go deeper. You got to look a little further sometimes. You can't just, be out here just going with the surface level shit and take the first thing that you think, right? Or take the first theory that you see, because trust me, there's a lot more, right? But yeah, y'all are welcome to go look at that shit for yourself and read up on it
Yeah.
and see what's happening. As a matter of fact, I implore the sector to go ahead and go ahead and get yourself a nice little pacer.gov account and look in there. It's not that expensive either. It's a couple dollars or whatever. If it's even that. It's a lot of stuff I've gotten for free. I've looked at for free. So you guys can go look and take a look for yourselves, because it's not overly expensive. It's freedom of the press, right? freedom of information. So go ahead and grab that information up and take a look at that, and see for yourselves. But either way, guys, we are about to end the show. If you have any final thoughts, make a change.
Nah, hey, it was a good discussion, man. Kind of reminds you of the old days, brainstorming.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss these days with you guys talking and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'll probably have more panels going forward. I know that I didn't like doing the panels before, but I think the sector is winning a different direction now. And yeah, I would love to have more panels with different people, and we'll have different discussions on different things. But thank y'all for coming out. I definitely appreciate y'all for being in the building. I'm supposed to start doing work in about 5 minutes, but I think I'm gonna take another half an hour. But I definitely appreciate all of y'all for coming out today. Make sure y'all do hit the like button on the way out. And guys, I will talk to y'all on the next discussion. But we're gonna keep in mind that we clearly have some new theories here on what is going on out here, and what the possibilities are of what may be happening. Okay. But I do not think it's Darrell. I think y'all need to keep him out of this. I don't think he has anything to do with this. And we're going to go from here. But I will talk to y'all later, guys. And peace, guys. Thank y'all again for watching.